Section 3.1b is about writing verbal sentences. Remember, verbal means words. And these four words, sum, difference, product, and quotient, are four special words that we've learned about in the past. If you remember, sum means addition. Difference is the word we use for subtraction. Product is multiplication. And quotient is division. Now, we've also said when you see these four words, you want to look for the word and, because the word and will show you where the symbol is going to go. Here we're asked to translate equations into verbal sentences. One thing to note here is that there's multiple answers to each one of these. People can say these differently and still be right. I'm going to try to stay true to these four words that we talked about in the last slide. So here we have a problem that involves addition. So I'm going to start by saying the sum, because I know that this is going to be a sum problem because it involves addition. So the sum of what? The sum of 3. And then 3m means we're multiplying, so I could say 3 times m. And now I have to use the word and. Remember, the word and shows me where the sum symbol will go. So the sum of 3 times m and 5. Now I have to use a word for equals. We've talked about that, is 14. So that's one way that you could say this. There are others. 3 times m plus 5 equals 14, something like that. But that's the one that I used. Second one, I got a plus sign there. I'm going to use the word sum again. So the sum, I know that and will be coming later. The sum of what? The sum of w and v. And this time I'll say is equal to, for no reason other than to change it up, is equal to. Now I have a y with a little 2 on the top. Remember that 2 is an exponent and it stands for squared. So the sum of w and v is equal to y squared. You could also say y to the second power, and that would be another verbal sentence you could use. Here are some more translating problems into verbal sentences. In this problem I have subtraction, so I could use the word difference because difference means subtraction, but I'm gonna go a different way here and say 12 minus, because that's another way that you can turn this into words. 12 minus 2 times x, or you could say the product of 2 and x. A couple ways to do that. Not equals to, I have to say is negative 5. And so that would be a verbal sentence for that equation. Here I'll use the word sum again. So the sum of what? The sum of a to the second power. You could say a squared. I'm doing this just to show you there's a difference. There's a different way to do this. So the sum of a to the second power, and there's the word and again, and 3 times v is, now this is division here, so I could say is equal to the quotient, and remember the word quotient means division, is equal to the quotient of c and 6. So there I use the word sum and quotient in the same verbal sentence.